The ballroom of Ravenport Hall glowed with elegance. Crystal chandeliers cast golden reflections across the polished marble floor, and the air buzzed with laughter and clinking glasses. But in one quiet corner stood a little girl, small, fragile, her fingers trembling above the ivory keys of a grand piano. Her dress was simple, her shoes worn thin, painfully out of place among silk gowns and polished loafers. Yet her eyes held something deeper than fear, a quiet, unbreakable resolve. The laughter of wealthy guests rang sharply in her ears, each sound cutting deeper than the last. Then came the voice. "Go on," the host said loudly, his tone dripping with amusement. "Play something for us, little girl. And if you truly impress me, I might even adopt you." The room erupted in chuckles. The man was Nathaniel Cross, a powerful tech tycoon known for his sharp tongue and even sharper pride. To him, it was a joke, another moment of entertainment in a night full of excess. But to the little girl, those words were not a joke. They were hope. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet power of compassion, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Drama Way. Your support helps us continue telling stories that remind the world what truly matters. The girl's name was Eliza Moore, only 7 years old, yet her life had already been shaped by hardship. She had been abandoned before she could form memories and passed through foster homes where love was scarce and hunger familiar. The piano had become her refuge. She found it once in the storage room of a state orphanage, dusty, chipped, forgotten, much like herself. With no teacher and no lessons, her fingers learned through feeling alone. Music became her voice when words failed her. Now she stood before people who saw her as nothing more than a curiosity. Her chest tightened. Did she even deserve to touch such a beautiful instrument? Nathaniel Cross leaned back confidently, arms folded, certain the moment would end in embarrassment. But Eliza didn't see mockery. She saw a chance. As her fingers lowered onto the keys, memories rushed in, late nights practicing in silence, the soft moonlight guiding her hands, caretakers whispering for her to stop. But she never did. Music was the only place she felt whole. Her first notes faltered. A mistake echoed. Someone laughed. Nathaniel smirked. Then something changed. Eliza closed her eyes. The ballroom disappeared. The chandeliers faded. She was back in that quiet room with the broken piano, and she let her heart speak. What followed wasn't perfect technique or polished performance. It was truth. A melody woven from loneliness, longing, and fragile hope. The laughter died. The room fell silent. Guests leaned forward, drawn into something they couldn't explain. The music swelled, not flawless, but pure. Each imperfect note carried sincerity that no amount of training could teach. Nathaniel's expression shifted. His smirk vanished. A memory surfaced, his mother playing the piano before illness took her away. A warmth he had buried beneath ambition and pride. Eliza's music tore through walls he'd spent years building. When the final note faded, the silence was heavy. Sacred. Eliza opened her eyes and looked straight at him. In that moment, she wasn't an orphan. She was brave. Seen. Nathaniel stood slowly, emotion tightening his throat. Applause erupted, but he barely heard it. All he could see was the little girl waiting, holding onto a promise he had never meant to keep. But he couldn't laugh now. He walked toward her, each step stripping away years of arrogance. When he reached her, he knelt so their eyes met. "You gave me something tonight," he said quietly, voice trembling, "that money never could. From today on, you're not alone." Tears filled Eliza's eyes. For the first time, hope felt real. The journey wasn't easy. Adoption required patience, scrutiny, and sacrifice. Friends questioned him. Some mocked his softness. He didn't care. For the first time, his life had meaning. Eliza healed slowly. The scars didn't disappear overnight. But she was safe. Loved. The piano remained, but now it wasn't lonely. Sometimes Nathaniel sat beside her, clumsily pressing keys until they both laughed. Years passed. Their bond deepened. Nathaniel learned that true wealth isn't measured in assets, but in love. Eliza learned that even the most broken beginnings can lead to beautiful endings. Together, they built a life of hope, redemption, and music that echoed far beyond Ravenport Hall. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Dramaway. And tell us in the comments, do you believe love can change destinies?